By the end of this video, you will be able to answer the following key points. Welcome to the show. This is Liren versus Daniil Dubov in the semi-final of the Lindores Abbey Rapid. At the end of the video, we will be looking at the semi-final standings. With white, we have Liren. He's 27 years old, Chinese number 1, Rapid World number 3, with a rating 28.36. With black, we have Daniil Dubov. He's 24 years old, Russian number 3, World number 12 in Rapid, with a rating of 27.70. Let's check out this fascinating game. Ding has white, Dubov has black. The game began. c4, knight f6, g3, c6. And after bishop g2, d5, getting the center. Now, in many of these English openings, or in these d4 openings, you don't even waste time protecting the c4 pawn, because in the future you plan to get it back. So you go knight f3, dc4, not a problem, you castle. White is further ahead in development, and white plans to get this pawn back. Knight d7, and now knight a3. So why did Dubov play knight d7? To go knight b6, queen c2. So Ding goes after the pawn and Dubov protects it once again. So far in this opening, what is white's strategy? Just trying to get the pawn back. Knight e5 was played in the game. In this position, I want to look at a very sharp option, just briefly, but also a simple option that I will recommend you play in your games, just to actually get a game of chess. Knight g5 is the super sharp option. Now the bishop is attacked, so let's move it. And it looks like white has completed his opening strategy. He's got his pawn back. But bishop takes e2 and we're attacking the knight and the rook. Now the knight comes in. The best move here is bishop h5, because you can't allow a knight to take on f7. Just want to show you what happens if bishop f1. You go bishop f1. You're going to take on f7 next. So if you go queen d4, knight f7, this is just so dangerous because black cannot castle. If you move the rook, then bishop h3, and I will leave it there. You can research this further yourself, but this line will not be the subject of this video. Let's keep this video short for the viewers. Now in the game, knight e5 was played, but I want to recommend this simple option of b3. Now it becomes a pawn sacrifice, because after take and take, white is down an a-pawn. But so what? White's pieces are quite well placed. If you go g6, just like Dubov did in the game, bishop b2, bishop g7, now e4 is a great move after castle d4. If you were to ask me who I would pick, it would be white. There's so many pieces on the board, so much potential, and I would just imagine there's a pawn on a2. I mean, so what if I don't have an a-pawn? I've got the center, I've got potential. Knight e8, knight c4, why not bring it back? Knight d6, knight back to e3. Knight b5, and you can go rook d1. I just wanted to show you this rerouting for black's knight, because I had never seen it before. This knight is on b5 protecting a7, but the rook's on d1, so I would recommend b3 in the future. Now knight e5 was played in the game, and Dubov is just doing Dubov things. He goes h5, which has been seen before. Another pawn launch. Dubov keeps launching his flank pawns. In a previous game, he launched his a-pawn against Mamedyarov in a Slav, and here he's launching his h-pawn. This move makes sense because there is no knight on f3. This knight acts as a defender, stopping black pushing his h-pawn, so because it's not there, this move makes a lot of sense. In the game, knight c4 was played. Dubov was a bit shocked why Ding didn't just go h4 just to stop black going h4, because it got so dangerous for Ding. Queen into d4, once again protecting the pawn for a third time now, and if you go knight f3, you can go queen d7 or queen d6, whichever option, and now I still recommend b3, just freeing your position, and it really is a pawn sacrifice. So back to the game, knight a c4 played, take, take, and now h4. White has used his time to get his pawn back. But black has something going on the king side. So after h4, knight back into the middle. Take. You can't play f takes g3 because queen d4 check will pick up the knight. So you've got to go h takes g3. So now the h file is open for black's rook. Queen c8 was Dubov's preparation. Now in a previous high-level blitz game, rook c8 was seen between Aronian and Wesley So back in 2016. And after d4, you can go queen takes d4, but then bishop f4, rook d1. It's very quick for white. Bishop d5 is a blunder because after e4, take, bishop takes e4 was the blunder because after queen d4, both pieces are attacked. But white gives up one by crashing through with knight takes f7. You've got to take it, and then bishop g6 check. And after king g8, rook d1, Aronian went on to win this blitz game. I just want to show you a funny line that did not happen, because black looks like he's in big trouble. If you try queen g4, planning to go queen h3, then checkmate, bishop f5, it's just winning. Stopping queen h3. If you go queen h5, planning mate again, bishop e6, and that's game over. So queen c8 played by Dubov, rook d1 played, and bishop h3. So Ding cannot take, or else the queen just comes in. So bishop f3, and now g6. Ding goes for b4, planning bishop b2, bishop g7, bishop b2, and king f8. This is my next point. If you open the h file, it is okay for you to just sidestep your king. a4 played by Ding. But Dubov, in the interview, mentioned he was worried about b5. So this is the next point. When you're advancing your pawn majority, you don't actually need to prepare it. You can just throw it in. And the reason it works here is because of a double attack. If you take it queen b3, threatens checkmate on f7, but also taking on b5. So if we stop it, then queen b5, and white is making serious progress on the queen side. And black's attack hasn't really begun. So back to the game. Ding played a very slow move with a4, preparing b5. Knight h7. Planning to go to g5, and here Ding plays a bad move with b5. Because knight g5 is serious. And this is my next point. You know black is going to play knight g5, so can you play a prophylactic move? And here we have queen c5. Because if you go knight g5, knight takes g6 check works. And after take, let's get the bishops off, and then queen takes knight. So after queen c5, black might want to prepare it with queen f5 or bishop f5, and then we can tuck the queen back to e3. And the queen is very well placed compared to the game. So Ding plays b5, which is not great, and knight g5. Ding now blunders with b takes c6. Queen c3 is a possible move, and I won't look at this because it reveals the winning tactic. So after b takes c6, black is now winning. We have to remove the defender to the bishop. So bishop takes e5. Let's take back, and now knight takes f3 check. So in two moves, black has removed two defenders to the white king. Take. Pause the video to find the winning move. Even if Dubov does not have this move, he was very surprised Ding would go for this line. Black is better here because he could just go f6 or rook h5, and he's still got white's king boxed up. So pause the video to find the winning move. I will give you 5 seconds. The idea is to get the black queen to checkmate. So let's make it happen, because the bishop's in the way. Let's go bishop g2. And here Ding resigned. If you take it, then queen h3 check, and then queen h1 is mate. Another option is to go g4, because this stops the black queen coming over. But you can play bishop takes f3 and rook h1 is mate. If you stop that, then queen g4 check, and it will be mate very soon. If cb7, yeah, cool finish. Let's go rook h1, forcing king g2, and then queen h3. Let's see the semi-final standings. Dubov beat Liren in both matches. So he's in the final. I hope you learned a lot from the key points. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a like and subscribe to the channel at the same time. If you want to support the channel even further, there's a donation link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in a future video.